What would you do if you heard something crawling behind you and you knew you must not turn around? That sound meant only one thing in Oguta village. You were not alone. Every child knew the rule. Never enter the forest at night. Not because of animals, but because she lived there. The elders whispered her name, the Snail Woman. They said once she saw your fate was no longer yours. That night, someone ignored the warning and the forest listened. Chizaram, he never believed the elders. Chizaram was a young man of 19, tall, strong, confident. He said fear was for weak people. He laughed when elders talked. He mocked stories. He hated anything slow. If someone walked slowly, he insulted them. If someone talked slowly, he cut them off. If someone walked slowly, he called them useless. Life is not for snails, he always said. That evening, with his hunting bag on his shoulder, Chizaram stood at the edge of the forest as the sun went down. I will prove that these stories are lies. He said proudly, I will enter the forest and return. The wind suddenly stopped. Even the birds went silent, but Chizaram stepped forward. Inside the forest, the air felt wrong, too heavy, too quiet. The trees were tall and twisted. Their roots crawled like snakes on the ground. Chizaram walked deeper. Then he heard it. A slow dragging sound, wet, thick, close. His heart jumped. Just a big snail. He whispered, forcing a laugh. But the sound followed him. He walked faster. The sound stayed. Then he felt it. A cold presence, breathing behind him. Slow, patient, against every warning he had ever heard. Chizaram turned around. She stood there. Not fully human, not fully animal. Her upper body was that of a woman. Her skin was dark and shining, covered with glowing blue and red markings. Her eyes burned like fire trapped in water. Below her waist was a giant snail body, huge, slimy, dragging a shell as big as a hut. The ground around her was wet with slime. She did not blink. She did not smile. She only stared. Chizaram tried to scream. No sound came out. Then she spoke, slow, deep, heavy. Why are you here? Her voice made the trees shake. Chizaram fell on his knees. I didn't mean... She moved closer. Every soul who enters this forest with pride must learn patience. Chizaram tried to scream, but before his voice came out, everything around him turned dark. When Chizaram did not return home, his mother cried and blamed herself. He is stubborn, but he is my only child, she wailed. He never listens. The villagers began to whisper. Some said he ran away. Some said he was attacked by wild animals. But the elders shook their heads. He has met Indidiamaka Wosisi, said Ezenwai Adaura, the oldest priestess in Oguta. Who is that? The younger ones asked. Adaura looked at them as if they had forgotten their own shadows. The Snail Woman. Then she told the story no one under 20 had ever heard fully. Many years ago, in the same forest, there was a beautiful girl named Indidiamaka. She was kind, hardworking, and gentle like the morning breeze. Everyone loved her, but she had one weakness. She hated slow people. If you walked slowly, she mocked you. If you carried load slowly, she laughed at you. If you made decisions slowly, she insulted you. Why are you like a snail? She would shout. Move fast. Snails are useless. Her mockery spread like fire. Soon others began to mock slow people too. Children teased the elderly. Husbands insulted wives. Everyone became impatient. The gods grew angry, especially Nduru, the ancient spirits who protected all creatures that moved slowly. Snails, tortoises, slugs, land crabs, and slow-growing plants. Iyenduru appeared in the forest one night and confronted Ndidiamaka. You insult creation. You insult the rhyme of life. The spirit warned, but Ndidiamaka laughed. You moved too slow to catch me. And she ran. Iyenduru grew furious. Light burst from its body, shaking the forest. Ndidiamaka screamed as her legs melted into a slimy snail body and her skin cracked into patterns of a snail's shell. Her speed disappeared. Her life changed forever. You will become what you ate. The spirit declared. You will live in the forest low forever, alone forever. From that day, Ndidiamaka became the Snail Woman. Anyone who enters a forest without respect for the slow and gentle shall disappear. The priestess finished. The villagers trembled. So, Chizaram, someone whispered. Adaora nodded. He is alive, but trapped. Chizaram woke up inside a strange place. It felt warm, wet, and glowing with dim golden light. The walls were curved and smooth. Like polished stone, he touched them. They were slimy. He realized where he was, inside the Snail Woman's giant shell. His voice shook. Somebody help me! Suddenly, the walls lit up. The Snail Woman appeared through a glowing opening, her upper body leaning in. You mocked the forest, she said. You entered with arrogance. Chizaram shook his head quickly. No, I didn't come to mock. I just wanted to prove. Prove what? A voice thundered. That the elders' warning are foolish, that ancient stories are lies, that slow things are pointless. Chizaram's mouth trembles. I never said that. She stretched her long, slimy snail hand and touched his forehead. A shock ran through him. Images filled his mind. Him laughing at his little cousin for walking slowly. Him shouting at his grandmother for cooking slowly. Him rolling his eyes when his father talked slowly. He fell to his knees. I didn't know. That is always the excuse of the proud, she said. Then she closed the shell. Darkness swallowed him again. While Chizaram trembled in the shell, the villagers gathered in the square. Who will go and bring him back? Someone asked. Nobody stepped forward except three. Ugonna, his loyal friend, Mama Chizaram, driven by love, and Adaora, who knew the forest laws. No rushing, Adaora warned. No hunger. Inside the forest, everything became slow. The first trials, a river that punished haste, a slimy path that swallowed impatient feet, a mirror that showed their hidden pride. Ugonna complained once and nearly lost his legs to the slime. He apologized in tears. The forest listened. They reached the heart of the forest. The Snail Woman waited. Chizaram knelt, shaking. I see now, he cried. Slow is not useless. Slow is wisdom. The Snail Woman stared at him for a long time. Then she blinked. A tear fell. You understand. Light filled the chamber. The shell opened. You may go. They left the forest slowly, respectfully. The village rejoiced. Chizaram changed. He helped the slow. He honored patience. Years later, they called him Umwana Nduru, the brother of the snail. But some nights, the sound still comes from the forest, not as fear, but as a reminder, because the Snail Woman still waits and the forest still listens.